Andre the Giant challenging Hulk Hogan for the WWF title. And I'm going to ask some questions about Andre first. And obviously in the 1980s, everybody was pretty much concerned with their own stuff. You know, you're on the road 367 days a year, you know, making 4,000, doing 4,000 matches a year. It's just crazy time. Did you have any idea that the WWF were positioning Andre to become a heel before it played out on television?
No, no, I don't think so. But you know, Hulk was in there. Hulk had the pencil himself. So you know what else? And Hulk liked to be, you know, Hulk liked to be the star. So nothing's going to make you a bigger star than slamming the Giant and pinning him in front of however many people, you know, whoever claims to be, you know, whatever the attendance was. So you know, it's sure it was a place Hulk had to go. Andre could barely walk by that time. You know, he was slow, and you know, he wasn't moving. You know, his back was bad.
Yeah. Do you remember when the back issues started really kicking in?
As he aged, you know, his body, the wear and tear on his body, whether it be from the road, and he spent a lot of time on the road as well. You know, he was with us. He traveled with us pretty much. You know, all the big shows, not the real small shows, but I remember what Scranton. They had a big show going on in the Meadowlands Arena with somebody, and there was Andre and me and John Studd and Andre and Jimmy, I think, in Scranton, Pennsylvania. The same night they had a giant show in the Meadowlands. So you know, he did a lot of the smaller towns, and he became, you know, but that wore on him. You know, it all wore on him.
Did you know, just because you brought up that match, I don't know if it was the same one, but did you ever hear the legend of Andre the Giant falling asleep during a match in the early 80s?
No,
Oh, damn it. All right, then I'll move on then.
who's that with?
It's because you said Big John Studd, and I think Big John Studd was in the match. It was like a tag match or something, and it was around maybe 84. And apparently he fell asleep in the middle of the ring, and they had to wake him. He was probably in a leg lock, and then he just fell asleep because he was so bored, and then they had to wake him up again to
Maybe
carry on the
he
match.
was so drunk. Maybe he drank. Maybe he finished that. Maybe he finished that box of wine. It wasn't a box. It was a box. That 12-pack of Beaujolais or whatever he was drinking.
Only the finest gallons.
Well, he did. He spent money. The Giants spent. He lived good, but he'd walk in with bottles, 5, 6, 7 bottles of red before the, you know, kill most of them before the match too.
It's probably I don't know, maybe. Well, do you know what? He's probably in pain, wasn't he? And then just numbs the
Yeah,
pain out, and then you know he can carry on
yeah.
for another day.
Well, when he broke his ankle, then they used Killer Khan as the guy that broke his ankle. He stepped in something and broke his ankle. So when they had to go in and they had to fix the bone. They had the surgery on his ankle. So when the story goes, and I wasn't there naturally. The story goes, the anesthesiologist, the guy who's going to put him to sleep, came in and says, "Well," and he had no idea how much, you know, how much drugs to give a giant, you know. So the only thing he goes, "Well, what do you drink?" John, vodka boss says, "Oh, okay. How much vodka? 1 bottle and 2 bottles? Yeah, 3. You know, about 3 bottles of vodka to get a good buzz on, to get drunk." Yeah, so that was how the anesthesiologist geared his pain medicine to Andre. His vodka. He was drinking vodka in those days. His vodka consumption.
It's probably like one half of vodka, and I'd be out. You could do surgery on me without the
Oh
anaesthetic.
yeah,
I'd be
yeah.
way gone. When was Andre the Giant's peak, as far as you were concerned? Because you probably, you know, you were in territories with him, I assume, for a week or two when he'd come in. When was his big peak, and what were some of the moves he could do in his younger days?
Ooh. The foot. You know, he did all the basic. You know, a lot of the basic moves. That splash. You know, he didn't have to do. You know, his size was pretty much. I don't think he did anything. You know, anything over the top. But he was, he did a lot of. I tell you, the time he volleyballed me from the floor
No, you didn't.
back. Oh, it was Bill Watts in Florida. And I was a baby face. I was skinny then. I was about 225, 230. I was just a lean, mean machine. So it was me. I was still in the Jack Briscoe lookalike era. It was me and maybe Bob Armstrong. Probably Bob Armstrong. A tag with Ole Anderson had come down from Georgia. And Dusty was about to switch babyface in Florida. So they didn't want to pin Dusty. And it was me and Andre, tag partners. So it was me and Andre against Dusty and Ole, main event Tampa. So I think it was a Watts finish or somebody's finish. So they did something where we knocked Dusty onto the floor, got rid of Dusty, and Ole, and they were beating the shit out of me. Ole grabbed me, and Andre had gone around to chase Dusty or something, but come back to our side to get into the ring. So Ole got me, beat me down, grabbed me, and threw me over the top rope. Well, somebody was out on the floor was Andre, standing on the floor, caught me. Well, you got to lay yourself out perfectly sideways too. You just got to put your body in the hands of the giant, and come down evenly so he can catch you, and lay your body. So Andre was on the ground. He caught me like that, and boom, pressed me back over the top rope, back into the ring. And I cross-body blocked Ole and pinned him with 1, 2, 3. That was a match. Then he said, "Hey, boss, I go everywhere now, and they tried to do same finish. Too hard." And other guys trying to do it. They wouldn't come. They'd come crooked. They come, it didn't work a lot of times, ever.
I can't believe that Ole took a clean finish as well. It's probably because Andre was there.
Yeah. Well, Watts was booking. Ole was down. Ole was down. They wanted to. He was getting paid for it. You know that. He didn't come down there for love. That's for sure.
I'll ask one more question about Andre, and then I'll move on. And we've alluded to it earlier, is that no less a source than Vince McMahon has said Andre the Giant had a girlfriend in every town. And there's a story that I'm not going to recount, but Virgil has claimed up to 4 girls in every town. What was it about Andre that the women sort of flocked to, other than just assuming if he's a giant, he must have a giant wang?
That's one. That's what he had. Andre spent. He lived good. You're going out. You're drinking fine wine, cognac, champagne, finest meals, limousines. When you arrived, it was here's Andre the Giant. You're your own entourage. So I imagine. I just tell you the lady in Hawaii from San Francisco with the Nick's Fish Market and stuff like that. But before that, he had a Tongan from Polynesian Tongan or Fijian girlfriend that had an afro, like he had the afro too. She was like a 6'4", 6'5" lady herself. And man, they're walking together. What a sight they made. Curtis used to, used to do promos on that. Whoa, brother. Walking down this, the 2 people with the 2 giants with hairs, big afros going down the street. Made a hell of an impression.
Never had kids with him then, at least.
He had a daughter. He has a daughter. I imagine she married. He had a lot of property in North Carolina, probably all over the world. Andre was a very smart man. Because he's a giant, you forget. But no, Andre was quick. He was cribbage hands, card hands. He had the numbers, good numbers and stuff.
As the story goes, and this will take a tiny bit of explanation, Paul Orndorff was kept off the WrestleMania 3 card in case Andre the Giant couldn't make it. Hulk Hogan, in typical Hulk Hogan fashion, has claimed that he didn't realise fully if he was going to win or lose the match until he got in the ring with Andre, and Andre took the body slam. Was Hulk Hogan always just a bullshitter in this kind of in this kind of setting, just making everything out to be more of a battle or just bigger than it actually was?
I wasn't that far inside to know if he was or not. Andre could be pretty ornery at times too. I'll let you know, boss.
Yeah.
And Andre wouldn't sell anything. So but not knowing the finish and not knowing if Andre was going to do it right or not, possibly so. And Vince was going to run down and have the bell rung either. Like he did on Bret Hart. But I don't know. I'm sure Hulk wanted, had to have that feather in his cap, and that, the first guy to slam Andre, which many did before and after. Ivan did one time, and you could slam boss. I thought, no, he would embarrass you. He'd sell so much. You'd get up, you're embarrassing me. I said, nobody's going to believe I can beat up a giant the way you're rolling around on the ground dying there. I said, get up. Curtis and I said, get up, you fat bastard. You're embarrassing me.
Did you ever attempt to slam him? Did you ever attempt to slam Andre?
Yeah, I did in Baltimore. Picked him up, barely got him over. He hit I didn't call it. That, I wasn't going to run in there and try to slam him on my own. I said, no, you slam boss. What? Slam? No, slam boss. I said, oh, fuck. Oops. So you did that, slam him, then you watch as your testicles roll into the third row of the fans. It was. He was probably close to 500 by that time. It was no picnic.